Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Daytona results for the Cup, Xfinity and Truck Series. We almost had a carbon copy of last year, just with one different winner in the Cup Series. So before we get into that, we have to first talk about Oil Club Speedway, which is the second race for the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. We'll just skip all the garage hours. We'll go down to Saturday, February 25th. We practice for the Xfinity Series at 12:05, qualifying as well on 12:35 as well for the Xfinity Series. Both of them will be on FS1. Practice well 2:05 on FS1 MRN Series XM. And then at 5 p.m. will be the race for the running of the Production Out Alliance Group of 300. That'll be on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM. And then at 3:30 we have the Pilot Casino 400 for the Cup Series race. That'll be on Fox, MRN, and Sirius XM. So that is Auto Club all done and dusted. Let's now move over to the Truck Series results. The winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season opener is once again Zane Smith. Well, this race also ended in a rain, so it's pretty unlucky there. Second place, you have Tanner Gray, then Christian Eckes, Colby Howard, shout out to him, and CR7 Motorsports Equipment, getting up to inside of the top 5. Granite Finger, Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, Corey Heim, Matt Crafton, and Chase Elliott ran out the top 10. This is also Chase Elliott's first, pretty sure first Truck Series race on a super speedway, so he did pretty well. Then we got Ben Rhodes, Carson Hocevar, Travis Pastrana, Sammy Smith, Jason A. White, Timmy Hill, Chase Purdy, Derek Rouse, Josh Rayom, and Matt DiBenedetto ran out the top 20. Quite a few drivers failed to qualify. One that I kind of wanted to talk about is Lawless Allen. He failed to qualify in Nice Motorsports Equipment, which is unacceptable. It's downright embarrassing that you failed to qualify in Nice Motorsports Equipment. Yes, last year I'm pretty sure was like Chase Purdy failed to qualify in Hattori Racing Enterprises Equipment, but Hattori has kind of downscaled a bit. If they weren't if they had like Brent Moffitt still in the lineup, then I think that's completely stupid. But Hattori's kind of fell off, so I can understand that. Brian Dalzat, Todd Peck, Spencer Boyd for Young's Motorsports, Keaton Honeycutt for Roper Racing, and Norm Benning for G2G Racing. I just want to give a quick shout out to Norm Benning because he actually got inside of the top 10 in practice. So that truck was really fast in drafting, but when it came down to qualifying, no, he wasn't that good, sadly. So I feel pretty bad for Norm Benning. So stuff that happened, let's just say there was a lot of rain. At the beginning of the race, there was caution for rain and precipitation as well. And move over to lap 20, Christian Eckes wins stage 1. After Majeski makes an incredible save. Shout out to him, he did a phenomenal save on that one. That was amazing. Lap 28, I'm going to show a video of this. There was a front stretch crash involving Dean Thompson, Haley Deegan, Clay Greenfield, Matt Benedetto, Daniel Dye, Brent Holmes all involved. And later, the red flag actually came out for rain. The rain was just the main focus, I'll be honest, on this race. It was interesting to say the least. It kind of sucked as well because, to be fair, NASCAR, they did everything they could to try and get this back to try and get this race back on. They even they tried to restart it twice even, and that didn't work out, sadly. So kind of sucks, I'll be honest. So I don't think they should. I don't think people should be blaming NASCAR for it. Obviously, I can tell they're having Vietnam War flashbacks of the Daytona crash that happened last year in July, which I understand that I completely understand this. So I think NASCAR, they tried to do everything they could, but couldn't do it, sadly, which really is disappointing. But it is what it is. Lap 38, shout out to Tyler Ankrum as he made an incredible save. Lap 39, Stuart Friesen cleans himself on the backstretch. Brent Holmes, Kobe Howard, Cody Robb all involved, and Parker Kligerman as well. And Tyler Ankrum wins stage 2. That was just a bonehead move from Friesen, especially from a veteran like him in the Truck Series. Very much of a bonehead move. I don't know what he was doing, but it is what it is. 45, more rain. Lap 58, Roger Cruz gets loose and collects Matt Benedetto, Ty Majeski, his teammate Daniel Dye, and Corey Heim. That was just, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what the word did he use in the interview, but Pretty sure he just got pressured, or I can't remember what the word is, but he got a bit overwhelmed, I think we'll say. I'm pretty sure, and he got a little bit loose and collected a bunch of trucks, which is very disappointing. More rain, and then lap 79, the race ends. Insane Smith wins the next Energy 260, 250. I don't know why I said 260 on my notes. For the second year in a row, which is pretty ironic. Let's have a look at the other finishers outside of the top 20. Let's just do some little quick shout outs. Corey LaJoie, he was up in front for a bit, but then he faded. Al Polson and Nick Sanchez, he was down there. There's Stuart Freeze and Roger Cruz that I mentioned. Daniel Dye, Brent Holmes, Parker Kligerman, Cody Rohrbach, Clay Greenfield, Haley Deegan, and last place Dean Thompson. He was really emotional during his interview after he got out of the infield care center. But yeah, that's all for Daytona for the Truck Series. Also, shout out to Christian Eckes with an amazing soundbite during the red flag as well. Basically, talking about a Mickey Mouse win regarding Zane Smith. And guess what? It was another Mickey Mouse win. I'll play the clip right now.
In his life, I got to imagine you probably disagree with that statement.
I swear, if he Mickey Mouses his way into this, I'm going to be so mad. But other than that, I'm really happy with my number 19 Napa Auto Care Chevrolet.
So that was, pretty good. So let's now move on to the Xfinity Series. Winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is Austin Hill for the second year in a row, just like Zane Smith. Second place, we have John Hunter Nemechek, then Justin Allgaier, Parker Retzlaff, Maya Snyder, Riley Herbst, Joe Gaff Jr. I'm pretty sure that's his best finish, including Parker Retzlaff. Both of them gained their best finish in their career. Ryan Sieg in 8th place, returning Cole Custer, and then in the top 10, Justin Haley. Then we got Jeb Burton, Chandler Smith, Stephen Parsons, Brandon Jones, Josh Williams, Parker Chase, Jeremy Clements, Joey Gase, Sammy Smith, and Gray Goldie right now the top 20. Failed to qualify. We actually have Dexter Stacey, Josh Blakey, Garrett Smithley, Timmy Hill, Alex LeBay, and Ryan Vargas. Everyone, all those drivers are failing to qualify. Not really any surprises. I guess maybe the biggest surprise, maybe Garrett Smithley. Maybe. I mean, his teammate Anthony Alfredo made it to the show, but that's just maybe because Alfredo is a bit of a better driver than Garrett Smithley. As for everyone else, nah, I'm not really surprised or anything about that. So, luckily there was no rain that happened in the Xfinity Series, which is good. Lap 8, Bailey Curry's engine fails. Lap 20, Mayer makes contact with Perkins, spins and collects Hemrick. That was just pretty unlucky there. Perkins was also running like a very similar paint scheme to Lawless Allen's Truck Series paint scheme, so that was pretty interesting to see. Lap 30, Austin Hill wins stage 1. Lap 41, Sheldon Creed gets into the wall. All guys spins out, collects Justin Haley, Ryan Ellis, and Stephen Parsons. Well, not really, I should say that Ryan Ellis spun out. No, Stephen Parsons spun out. Ellis, I don't know where Ellis was, and Justin Haley got caught up by Allgaier then. Lap 60, Justin Allgaier wins stage 2 while that was happening. Sammy Smith spun out in the front stretch. Lap 75, Kligerman spins coming to pit road. It was all the Chevys first coming to pit road, and then he just spun out, I think, off the bumper of Brandon Jones. Lap 89, a very mysterious wreck from CJ McLaughlin as he rests on the front stretch. No one really knows actually what happened there, I'll be honest. Fox didn't show. All we saw was that it was just McLaughlin's car just sitting there. We didn't know what happened, I'll be honest. It was a bit of a mystery. Lap 109, Parker Kligerman cut Jeffrey Earnhardt's tire words after the race. I'm gonna try and maybe show the Twitter post of it, but yeah, Earnhardt was not happy with Kligerman, and I completely understand that. I think what Kligerman did was a bit of a bonehead move. He was being very aggressive. He was kind of the only driver that tried to go that tried to use the inside lane while everyone else was running the outside lane like a choo-choo train. So I don't know why, what was going on in Kligerman's mind, because that's definitely not Parker Kligerman. Definitely not him. He's a lot more smarter and everything. So that was a bit of an interesting moment, we'll say, for Kligerman. Lap 118, Brandon Jones tries to block Josh Berry, but spun out. The junior motorsports guys, they threw away this race. It was such a perfect opportunity. At one point, all four of them were lined up behind Austin Hill on like the later part of the race, and that just happened. Jones just spun out. 121, Josh Berry also runs out of fuel, so that makes it 10 times worse for Junior Motorsports. And top it all off, on lap 125, Austin Hill wins the B+ 15 at 300, while Sam Mayer flips upside down. What is with Xfinity Series and Daytona just having flips? Like last year, there was like Maya Snyder's horrific flip that happened, and then now it's Sam Mayer flipping, and it was pretty scary because it really looked like Ryan Newman's flip in 2020 at the Daytona 500. Luckily, it didn't come to fruition on that. But Parker, shout out to Parker Kligerman there. He made a really good reaction time there, just missing Sam Mayer's car. David Starr was also involved, and Anthony Alfredo. It makes everything 10 times worse for Junior Motorsports. I guess they have the king of choke teams, I guess we'll say. They choked it in the championship at Phoenix, and now they choked here at Daytona, which all four drivers had a possible chance of winning the race. But Austin Hill, I mean, he's an absolute, he's amazing at super speedway. It's just a shame that he's not going to be in the Daytona 500 this year. Hopefully next year he'll be, but we're also going to see him a lot more as well this season with the restricted play tracks only for Beard Motorsports. So that'll be really fun to see how he goes in the Cup Series. But yeah, I mean, it's just not a good time for Junior Motorsports. They need to stop choking and stop throwing away these wins. I mean, Justin Allgaier, he was so close. Actually, Jonathan Nemechek, he was incredibly close to winning the race, but I'm pretty sure it was just like a bumper. It was a bumper behind Austin Hill. I'll try and also find the image as well of the photo finish, I guess we'll say, because caution came out after Mayer's flip, but it was close. It was really close, but I mean, it makes sense why Austin Hill would win. He's one of the best super speedway racers in the Xfinity Series, and I'm excited to see how he goes in the Cup Series in the restrictor plates. So let's have a look at the other finishes outside of the top 20. There's Parker Kligerman, who had a very eventful day. Anthony Alfredo as well. There's Josh Berry, who ran out of fuel. Sam Mayer, who flipped over. Jeffrey Earnhardt wasn't happy with Kligerman. Other ones, Brent Moffitt forgot, but pretty sure he had his tire down at some point. It was during commercial, that's all I remember. CJ McLaughlin with that weird wreck that no one really knows what happened. Kaz Gralla, he was just nowhere. Brennan Poole's well. Sheldon Creed, Ryan Alexander Hemrick, Blaine Perkins, and Bailey Curry running out the field. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. But, yeah, that's all. Let's now move over to the Daytona 500 for the NASCAR Cup Series. For the Cup Series, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of all drivers won the 65th annual Daytona 500. And I am incredibly shocked about that. We all know that Stenhouse is a great super speedway driver, but I wasn't expecting him to win the freaking Daytona 500. In second place, our reigning champion Joey Logano. Then got Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and shout out to Riley Herbst, who gets his first top 10 in the Cup Series in his first start. Also shout out as well to Travis Pastrana in 11th place, and Kevin Harvick, Zane Smith in 13th position, Cody Ware in 14th position, Martin Truex Jr., Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, and Bob Wallace ran out the top 20. Two drivers failed to qualify, that being Austin Hill and Chandler Smith. So lap 52, Bob Wallace into the wall. That was just a bad push on Truex. Lap 65, Brad Keselowski wins stage 1. Yes, a driver who's not in the top 20 won a stage. Lap 118, Reddick and Blaney both spin now. That also collects Harvick, Larson, Elliott, Blaney, Truex, Eric Jones, Reddick, Suarez all involved. Lap 130, Chastain wins stage 2. Lap 182, McDowell makes contact with Ryan Preece, causing him to spin out. Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, Martin Truex Jr. Again, it was Harvick and Truex in it. Ty Gibbs and Jimmy Johnson are involved. 198, Suarez spins out. That calls an overtime. I'm going to show a video of this on lap 203. Austin Dillon spins and collects 13 cars. Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Riley Herbst, Harrison Burnett, William Byron, Justin Haley, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, Noah Gragson, Jimmy Johnson, all involved. This was a pretty big wreck. I'm pretty sure it happened on the backstretch, I'm pretty sure. Coming to turn 3, and it was just a plethora of cars. I'm pretty sure I can't remember where that happened. I think it might happen on the what was it? The low lane. I should say the inside line that happened in. It was a very messy wreck. I'm pretty sure Byron got into Dillon and they both spun out, and then a plethora of cars just starts piling in into pretty sure turn 3, I'm pretty sure it was, but luckily everyone was okay after that. And lap 212 with very little fuel remaining, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wins the 65th annual Daytona 500 while an accident occurs behind the leaders. It was a pretty big accident, so I should have really want to talk about it. It involved Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, Bubba Wallace, and Travis Pastrana, all of them involved. This is obviously running out to the checkered flag, and we all thought that Joe Logano won the race for his second Daytona 500, but no, it is now a new driver added to the list, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That also means that he has locked himself into the playoffs this year, so that's already a great start for Stenhouse. Also a very crappy 2022, which I'm pretty sure he finished like 27th. I'm pretty sure like 27th, 26th. He finished horrendously. So I'm glad that the JTG team finally bounced back and now they're have a good chance of being part of the playoffs. And I don't see them going for contention. I don't see them of like making it past round of 16. If they make it to round of 12, I'll be really surprised, considering the equipment that JTG has. But it definitely looks like a bit of an upgrade for JTG Doherty Racing, which is a great thing to see, especially for a little team that apparently, which it was actually rumors about that team exiting NASCAR and maybe possibly another team entering or grabbing that charter, but I don't know. But it's cool to see a little team like JTG, who apparently actually started 31st, coming to win the 65th annual Daytona 500. That's great to see. So look at the other finishes outside of the top 20. If we have, there we go, that worked finally. A lot of drivers as stage 1 winner, Brad Keselowski there in 22nd. The highest rookie was actually Noah Gragson, who finished 24th. Ty Gibbs right behind him in 25th. That's Colin Daly, who miraculously, I don't know how, but he made it into the race after Austin Hill sadly crashed out, and Colin Daly was just running around the back most of the time, so he finished 29th. Jimmy Johnson in 31st. He had a pretty eventful day, and then last place Ty Dillon with an engine issue. So that is all for the 65th annual Daytona 500. Now let's move over to the Truck Series standings. Here are the standings for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series after race 1. We have Christian Eckers, Matt Crafton, Ty Majeski, Zane Smith, Tyler Ankrum, Tanner Gray, Grant Finger, Colby Howard, Ben Rhodes, and Carson Hurst were around the top 10. Then we have Corey Heim, Chase Purdy, Matt DiBenedetto, Nicholas Sanchez, Jason White, Timmy Hill, Derek Krause, Josh Rayom, Jason M. White, and Chris Wright ran out the top 20. Playoffs, basically kind of same. Other than Zane Smith, he is now locked into the playoffs. Christian Eckes has a pretty good buffer. Matt Crafton, Ty Majeski as well. So that doesn't really matter. But all we know is that Zane Smith is now locked into the playoffs this year. For the Xfinity Series, Austin Hill was in the lead, then Justin Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek, Riley Herbst, Chandler Smith, Parker Retzlaff, Maya Snyder, Jeb Burton, Joe Greif Jr., Cole Custer ran out of the top 10. Then we got Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg, Stephen Parsons, Josh Williams, Parker Chase, Jeremy Clements, Josh Berry, Joey Gay, Sam Mayer, and Sammy Smith ran out the top 20. So playoffs, we'll just have a quick look there because it doesn't really matter though. That's really all. I mean, Austin Hill, he's now in the playoffs fully. Justin Allgaier, John Nemechek, Riley Herbst, and Chandler Smith, Parker Retzlaff, Maya Snyder, Jeff Burton, Joe Greif Jr., Cole Custer, Ryan Sieg, and Brandon Jones in the top 12. Nothing else really special, I'll be honest. So here is the Cup Series standings. We have Joe Logano currently on top, right where he left off last year. 2 points back is Chris Buescher. Then for the 4 points back is our winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who has locked himself into the playoffs. Then we got Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, AJ Allmendinger, Martin Truex Jr., and right out the top 10. Then we got Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, Eric Almirola, Austin Cindric, Corey LaJoie, and Travis Pastrana. He has the quote-unquote last playoff position. It doesn't really matter though, it's the first race, so this obviously it will change. Then we got Kyle Larson, Cody Warren, 18. That's going to be the highest position he's ever going to be in. Denny Hamlin, then Bob Wallace right now at the top 20. Playoffs, it doesn't really matter though. But if you're interested, here it is. Logano, 2 points in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. regarding playoff points. In last place, we have Austin Cindric in 16th with 2,000 points. That is really all for Daytona. And just a reminder that Auto Club, that will be the next race for the Cup Series and Xfinity Series, and I will be covering that as well. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoy it. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.